everyone, today we will discuss about the Stijl and the optical art. So, what is this Stijl? This Stijl is also known as neoplasticism as a new modernist art movement. This Stijl refers to the body of works produced from 1917 to 1931 in the Netherlands. The ultimate goal of the Stijl is to promote a style of design based on limited means of expressions. There are three characteristic style of this Stijl. First, this Stijl advocates art as a means of social and spiritual redemption. Second was this Stijl promote a visual language consists of precise geometric form and shapes with the use of primarily and neutral colors. And the third was these Stijl houses, furniture and decorative arts are considered as one of the architecture and interior design. And these are the proponents of the Stijl and their artworks. Theo van Doesbordes was born on August 30, 1883 and died on March 7, 1931. He is a Dutch painter, decorator, poet, and an art theorist who was the leader of the Stijl movement. His artwork entitled Dancers present his exploration in theosophy and spiritualism. The cow painting is part of the artist's early foray into the Stijl and demonstrate his passion for burgeoning movement. The rhythm of a Russian dance painting means the movement of traditional Russian dancers in quick sweeps and short taps. The second proponent of this Stijl was poet Mondrian. He was born on March 7, 1872 and died on February 1, 1944. He is one of the influential Stijl painters. He led the development of modern abstract art. His artworks are the Great Tree, which exemplifies Mondrian's early transition toward abstraction and his application of Cubist principle to represent the landscape. Also, the Pier and Ocean. This artwork marks a definitive steps in Mondrian's path toward pure abstraction. The composition of color planes. This art is based on colors and balance and gives even weight to all areas of the picture surface. The third proponent of the Stijl was Gerrit Thomas Rietveld. He was born on June 24, 1888 and died on June 25, 1864. He is a Dutch architect and furniture designer. His famous artwork was the zigzag chair. It is a minimalist design without legs. Second is the red-blue chair. He manipulated rectilinear volumes and examined the interaction of vertical and horizontal planes. And also he made a hanging lamp with 4 lighting tubes and manufactured by the Dutch company. Next proponent was Jacobus Johannes Peter Oud. He known as JGP Oud. He was born on February 9, 1890 and died on April 5, 1963. He is a Dutch architect recognized for his contribution to the Stijl idioms in the modern architecture. His artwork was a dining group of 6 chairs, a stool, and a table. And the piano lamp, which is a model of Gesso 404 circa 1927. The next proponent in this Stijl was Bart van der Lek. He was born on November 26, 1876 and died on November 13, 1958. He is a Dutch painter, designer, and ceramicist and a co-founder of the Stijl movement. His artwork was the composition 1917 number 4, which is Leaving the Factory. This painting specifically the windows and a chimney, and the smaller staggered blocks in the middle depicts the crowd moving forward and the horizontal stripe below them represent the street. The Storm in 1916, which is called the Tempest. Bart van der Lek opts for a radical simplification of color, form, and content. And the D-Cat in 1914, which is the cat he depicts the animals both from the side and in profile. and uses only the colors black, white, red, and orange. Vilmos Huszar was also a proponent of this Stijl. He was born on 1884 and died on September 8, 1960. He was a Hungarian painter and designer, and he influenced by Cubism and Futurism. The Mikano dancer of Vilmos Huszar means the work suggestion of a human figure accomplished by the arrangement of geometric forms and placement of a cube at the top. Next artwork was the resemblance in which it bears to the geometric abstraction of the Stijl has led it to the dated erroneously to the 1920s in the past. John Wells. John Wells, born on February 22, 1891 and died on February 11, 1972. He is a Dutch architect and a co-founder of the Stijl. His design has a shape with the emphasis of horizontal and vertical lines, but were also very vital and organic. His artwork entitled Olvi Opgerich established in 1879, and the Olympisch Stadion Amsterdam was published on 1928. The next proponent was Robert van Hoof. He was born on November 5, 1887 and died on April 25, 1979. He is a Dutch architect and furniture designer. He is also one of the influential members of the Stijl movement. Loofdalia is the house built for his parents in Oosterheide and completed in 1911. And the last proponent was Georgi van Tongerlo. He was born on November 24, 1886 and died on October 5, 1965. He is a Belgian abstract painter and sculptor and founding member of the Stijl group. His artwork, Abstraction Creation, embraced the whole field of abstract art, but tended towards the more austere forms represented by concrete art, constructivism, and neoplasticism. Van Tongerlo's aim was to render visible the beauty of space. This work is one of his earliest abstract sculptures. It attempts to give solid form to the relationship between pure geometric shapes. That's all for the Stijl discussion, and let's continue to the optical art.
Lesson 14. Optical art. Optical art in 1960s, also known as Retinal art, aims to fool the viewer's eyes through an optical illusion through precision and mathematics, stark contrast, abstract shapes, and three-dimension of quality. The terms of art was first used by Donald Judd in his review of Julian's Stanstock exhibition of optical paintings. 1950s was coined by Time magazine in 1964. Origins of art, which include New Impressionism, Cubism, Futurism, Constructivism, and a kind of abstract pop art. Use of optical illusion in each artworks, which focus on dramatic, visual effect that sprang from the interaction of illusion and picture play. New Impressionism is the name given to the post-impressionist work of George Seurat, Paul Signac, and their followers, who, inspired by optical theory, painted using tiny adjacent dots of primary color to create the effect of light. Cubism, one of the most influential art movements of the 20th century. Futurism was artistic and social movement that originated in Italy in the early 20th century, later on also developed in Russia. It emphasized dynamism, speed, technology, youth, violence, and objects such as the car, the airplane, and the industrial city. Constructivism was an artistic and architectural philosophy that originated in Asia beginning in 1915 by Vladimir Tatlin and Alexander Rodchenko. Kind of abstract pop art, both abstract and pop art was about creating monumental pieces that expressed individuals' freedom. Victor Vasarely's bigotry. Victor Vasarely was a master at creating iconic visual effects. Bigotry is representative of the technical perfection that was synonymous with this artist. Julian Stansack formation, the of art painters who displayed canvases with vibrant geometries and hypnotic motion. Stansack is a leader of the short-lived pop art movement in 1960s. Giulio Albiani's of vibrating texture surfaces. Giulio Albiani was an Italian painter. He is considered to be an important international optical kinetic artist. Vibrating texture surface represent the most extensive and best known of his project. Santiago Calatrava's walkway built for the 2004 Summer Olympic Games. Santiago Calatrava, an iconic stadium, is designed to host major sports events. He designed two triumphant arcs that carried twin roof of Athens Olympic Stadium. MC Escher's Drawing Hands in 1948. Drawing Hands is a lithograph by Dutch artist MC Escher's, first printed in January 1948, depicts a sheet of paper out of which two hands raised in the paradoxical act of drawing are another existence. Victor Vasarely's Barrel in 1956. Victor Vasarely is a painter, sculptor, and innovator. Barrel in 1956 is a multi-dimensional works of art via superimposing pattern layers and internal geometry, which is combined first into a single by transposing photographs on strictly black and white, resulting in culmination of a few different approaches. Victor Vasarely's Alphabet BR in 1960. Alphabet BR is an alphabet plastic frequently referred as Vasarely's greatest contribution to 20th century art. This was provided infinite possibilities for creating works with the ability to remix and rework letters to speak to the different subject. Bridget Riley is one of the Britain's best known artists. Her art painting is actively engaging the viewer's sensation and perception. She is producing visual experiences that are complex and challenging. She is acclaimed as one of the finest exponents of art painting, which her subtle variations in shape, size, position of blocks. Movement in the square consists of 12 rows of alternating black and white. Their height remains but the width slowly diminishes. Their repetitive structures and strong contrast develop an optical illusion of shorts, providing sense of movement. Akiyoshi Kitauka's Rotating Snakes, a photographic of art. Contemporary artists like Akiyoshi Kitauka, professor of psychology, successfully bring out an optical illusion into photography. As well, he specialized in visual perception and visual illusion, geometrical shape, brightness, color in motion, and other perspective and visual phenomena. Julian Bieber's Poolside Book Drawing a Trumpy. Julian Bieber, the English contemporary artist who used the op-art technique to create illusion from 3 dimensions. The name of art is taken from French for trick the eyes, means to deceive or trick someone's eye, created using anamorphosis, mean projection or drawing.